Mature Sigma males have a better understanding of who they are as individuals, and what life has to offer. They know that there is much to be gained from being quiet and thoughtful in social settings, analyzing the situation before interacting with others. Mature Sigma men find comfort in solitude, and do not feel the need to fill every moment with chatter or activity. This doesn't mean that mature Sigmas don't enjoy talking, but rather when they speak, they want to say something worth listening, or add value to the conversation. The maturity of a Sigma's thoughts depends on how well developed their thinking process is, which can be seen by how quickly they make decisions for themselves, and how well they can articulate the logic behind the decisions. A mature Sigma male doesn't feel defeated when other people don't understand them, have minor misunderstandings about who they are as a person, or what they can accomplish in life. So let's see 10 characteristics of a mature Sigma male. 1. Self-awareness. Self-awareness keeps a mature Sigma from being self-conscious about themselves or their future, because they possess an understanding of perspective and empathy for others. This type has a strong sense of who they are, and their place in the world. They understand that other people will not think as much about them, or treat them with as much respect as they do themselves, which is why true self-confidence isn't dependent on others, but understanding how to treat yourself well regardless of what others say. 2. Personal happiness. A mature Sigma man knows how to ensure personal happiness, even if it means making sacrifices for the sake of doing something that means something to them personally. Mature Sigma males understand values, boundaries, ethics, and purpose, all while maintaining an intellectual awareness that comes from seeing things both ways, right versus wrong, and good versus bad, to find a healthy balance between black or white, when dealing with complex lives filled with shades of gray, and the many paradoxes that have to be consciously taken into consideration for a person, to understand how the world works. 3. Emotional development. A mature Sigma has completed his emotional development, and now uses logic over emotion when making decisions in his life. He now acts instead of reacts towards problems that arise. He knows how to react effectively based on the knowledge he's acquired from experience. He develops wisdom and trust in decision-making, by developing confidence with each decision made, even if it doesn't work out as planned, but it was still effective learning nonetheless. The emotionally immature persons can't understand this concept of effectiveness, because they don't have the necessary past experiences or life skills to know what works and what doesn't work, so they continue making the same mistakes repeatedly. The emotionally immature person may know how to react, but finds no satisfaction in repeating these actions without understanding why. They will strive for a better emotional reaction even if it seems impossible, embarking on an endless loop of trial and error. These are just some characteristics that distinguish between mature Sigmas, and those who still have growing up left to do. 4. Understanding their limits. Mature Sigma males can notice and understand their limits of what they can tolerate, handle, or deal with in life, whether it be extra challenges people place on him or even their own self-imposed limitations. Still, he will take every appropriate opportunity to prove themselves wrong, to gain the satisfaction of knowing that he has indeed taken a risk, and complemented his life by challenging himself, whether it's intellectually, emotionally, physically, etc. 5. They are not perfect. They understand that they won't always be perfect, but know how to appreciate themselves, and understand what they can do for growth. They will also know this about others and treat them accordingly, without being condescending, smug, or arrogant because of their knowledge of who the other person really is, not judging them based on false impressions. They know that absolutes don't exist in life outside of mathematics, so everything else has a gray area between black and white, where everyone makes mistakes at some point in time, leaving room for improvement, including himself. 6. They give good advice. A mature Sigma understands that it's not his place to solve everyone's problems, especially if they don't ask for his advice, unless he sees them struggling and decides to step in on a case-by-case basis. All he needs are gist points of their situations, so he knows what information is missing, before offering assistance based on solutions only an individual can provide themselves, such as reaching out for emotional support, if you have grown dependent on another person for your happiness, taking some time away, before going back to see if this relationship is really healthy. 7. They are great leaders. Sigma male knows that no matter how good he is, doing the best at what he does, someone else will always be better at something, so there's no point in trying to compete with others striving towards the same goals. He will also recognize a person's potential and give them advice, as well as allowing them to make their own mistakes, without picking up where they left off, because this type of individual understands that he doesn't know everything about life, or everything there is to know about human nature. Therefore, he will encourage others to take risks and create new possibilities, instead of discouraging people from creating new opportunities, as this will limit the people he can meet, based on his own experiences. 8. They don't pretend to know everything. A mature Sigma man knows how to ask questions, instead of pretending like they already understand something just because it wasn't explained fully. He also realizes that sometimes there are things they don't know, and won't try to pretend like they do, until someone else points out their error knowledge based on their own opinions, beliefs, or perspectives, so long as these factors aren't harmful towards other individuals. He understands that some people may have different contextual reasons for viewing things, based on their own experiences. Therefore, he won't automatically dismiss others without first listening to what they have to say, and if he already knows it all, he will ask those who are willing to explain, before offering his input. 9. They are not afraid of expressing their emotions. The mature Sigma is not afraid of expressing his emotions. He will cry, laugh, and even show anger towards a situation that angers him. However, these reactions are rarely seen by others, because this type takes part in one-on-one interactions with people, so most people may just assume he's cold-hearted, or doesn't care about anything, compared to when a Sigma truly shows his emotions. People tend to misinterpret them as acts of aggression, or an attempt to look cool. Therefore, this type of individual understands that it's not always best to show their emotions, but will do so on a case-by-case basis. 10. They know everyone makes mistakes. They can admit they were wrong without feeling guilty or ashamed, because he knows that no one is perfect and everyone makes mistakes, especially him, as he is just as human as everyone else. He also recognizes the importance of admitting his flaws and accepting responsibility for them, so others who have been hurt by his actions know he's truly sorry, before trying to make amends with those affected in order to reconcile the relationship, while also working on improving himself to prevent making the same mistake twice. A mature Sigma is able to apologize when he has hurt someone else in some way. He doesn't make excuses such as, "I did that because I thought it was best for you," or, "I did what I did because I thought that's how it would benefit you the most at the time." This individual realizes that we all want to be treated as individuals, and not merely an extension of another person, but someone who can make her own unique and individual choices without feeling forced into making a single choice in particular. Instead, the mature Sigma explains his actions based on their logic and reasons, so others understand why he made decisions he felt were correct during that situation, and therefore try to hurt others less.